How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Samach Tes, Daf 69 of Masechet Gittin. Friends, here's the dealio. You ready? This Daf, I'm mamish, literally just going to be reading out of the art scroll. You heard me right. Straight out of the art scroll. Story time. But here's the thing. Here's the twist. There's a shtickle twist over here. Shtickle twist. Before everybody goes, flocking to my competitors. Shtickle twist. You see, when I learned this daf the other day, and so I have a system for how I learn the daf. Obviously I've been doing this for a bunch of years now, and so I have a system for how I go about preparing the daf to try to be as efficient as possible. And I tweak it over time, but essentially it consists of reading through once, and then I read the Rashis, and then I read it a second time, and whatever. So I read through this daf of Gemara, man. I had no clue what in the world. I was just reading words. It's like when you're reading Tehillim and you get to the middle of Tehillim and you have no clue what you're reading. I had no clue what I was reading. I was just saying words. And okay, so then on a daf like this, where it was just there was no chance that I was not memorizing all this vocabulary. I said, I'm just reading through in the art scroll to figure out what's going on over here. And I started reading the art scroll translation, and it was so out there that I figured, how about this? And I stopped reading the translation. So here's the thing. I have no clue what this daf talks about. That's the twist. I don't know what this daf talks about. But what I do know is that it's not hard. It's just crazy. And it's all in ridiculous Aramaic. So I thought that it would be more interesting if, anyways, I'm just reading it from the art scroll, if I would experience it for the first time together with my friends on Babylon Talmud, because this stuff is kind of out there. And I thought, if I read it through the art scroll once, now I'm reading through the art scroll a second time, it's not that, it's one thing, but I'm reading it for the first time with you. I think we're all going to be a little bit surprised about what we find on this daf, because again, it's a little bit out there. With that introduction, here we go. We're going to start in Daf Samach Ches Amud Beis, I think 2-3 lines from the bottom. Here we go. Story time. Everybody, cuddle, lie down. Maybe if you're driving, stay alert. Story time. The Gemara now returns to its presentation, begun at the beginning of this chapter, 67b, of the remedies to various conditions. The discussion is arranged according to parts of the body from the head downward. The Dama Deresha, for blood of the head. Laisi shorvino uvina ve'asadara, bring boxwood, willow, fresh myrtle. Sounds like some kind of nursery rhyme. V'zeisa v'chilfa v'diyama v'yavla, olive, poplar, cloves, and yavla. V'lishlukinu bahadei adadi, and boil them together. V'lintol tlasmea kase ahai gisa deresha, tlasmea kase ahai gisa deresha. Then pour 300 cups of the mixture on this side of the head, and 300 cups of it on that side of the head. An alternative remedy, ve'ilo, and if not, laisi varda chivra dikoi b'chadara, bring a white rose whose leaves all stand in one row, v'lishkale, and boil it, v'lishlake, and boil it, v'lintol shisin kase ahai gisa deresha, v'shisin kase ahai gisa deresha, then pour 60 cups of the resulting liquid on this side of the head, and 60 cups on that side of the head. Another head ailment, litzlichta, for a migraine headache. Friends, you listening? Laisi tarnagola bara, bring a wild cock, v'lishchate bezuza chivra, and slaughter it with a sharpened zuz coin of pure silver, ahugiza dechayev le, over that side of the head which aches, so that the blood trickles down the side of the head. V'nizdar midmei delo lisaminu le'ene, but however, one must beware that the blood not blind one's eyes. V'lisliye b'sipa dibava, then hang the slaughtered cock on the doorpost of the patient's house, d'chi'ayil chayev bei, so that when he enters, he brushes against it, v'chinofik chayev bei, and when he exits, he brushes against it. How's everybody doing? The Gemara turns to afflictions of the eye. Livruksi, for cataracts, okay, for cataracts. Laisi akraba deshev chumer, bring a scorpion that is spotted with 7 colors. Uniyabshe betula, dry it out in the shade. Vinishchok, grind it and make powder consisting of tarte minosa kochala v'chada minosa mine, 2 parts antimony, what's that? And 1 part ground scorpion. Vilimale tlosa michale bahayena, then apply 3 doses of the powder to this eye. Uslosa michale bahayena, and 3 doses to that eye. Tvei lo limali. One must beware not to apply more than 3 doses to the eye, di'ilo, because if one does not beware of this, pakaene, his eye may burst. Another eye affliction. Nishavrire delelia, for night blindness. Naise shudra barka, one should bring a rope of animal hair. V'nesar chada kara mine, and tie one of his own legs to one end of the rope. V'chada kara mikalba, and 1 leg of a dog to the other end of the rope. I think this was the point when I was reading it that I was like, I don't really know where this is going. And I thought maybe from here on out I would just experience it with you. Then children should rattle pottery shards behind him. And they should say to him the following incantation: Asa kalba achsa tarnagola, old dog, mad rooster. Okay. You should then collect 7 pieces of raw meat from 7 houses. Dude. Each homeowner should give him the meat in the doorway of his home. And he should eat the meat by the city dumps. Dude, you see, what the heck is it? What is this? Basarachi, afterward, Livshot Shudra Barka, he should remove the animal hair rope from his leg, V'nemuhachi, and they should say the following incantation: Shavire de Floni bar Plonisa, blindness of so-and-so, son of the woman so-and-so. Shavkinu lefloni bar Plonisa, leave so-and-so, son of the woman so-and-so. V'lecharu lechalba bivavisa de'ene, finally, they should blow into the pupil of the dog's eye. Dude. I told you, this stuff is out there. This stuff is out there. Another eye affliction. The Shavira di Imama, for daytime blindness. Laise Shiva Sumke Migava Dechevosa, brings 7 spleens from the insides of freshly slaughtered animals. Vinitvinu Achaspa de Umana, and roast them on a bloodletter shard. The heck is that? Oh, I guess a shard that they use for bloodletting. Then the blind man should sit inside a house, and another person whose vision is good should sit outside. And the blind man should say to him, give me the spleens to eat. And the other one who sees him should say to him, take, eat. After he eats, Lizbre lechasbe, should break the bloodletter shard, tilo hadre ilave, because if he does not, the blindness may return to him. Okay. The Gemara moves on to ailments associated with the nasal and oral cavities. For a nosebleed. Oh, a nosebleed. I feel like my grandfather had an interesting remedy for nosebleeds. Let's see what the Gemara's remedy is. Laise gavra koyin dish. What? This sounds like overkill for a nosebleed. Alright, Laise gavra koyin dishmei Levi. One should bring a man who is a Kohen and whose name is Levi. V'lichtov le Levi lemafrei, and he should write the name Levi backwards for him. V'ilo, and if not, Laise inish me'alma, you should bring anybody. V'nichtov le, and he should write for him the incantation on a papi shila bar sumke lemafreya. I papi shila bar sumki, backwards. V'ilo, if not, nichtov le'achi, let him write for him the following incantation: Ta'am dli b'mei chesef, the taste of a bucket in silver water. Ta'am dli b'mei figam, the taste of a bucket in tainted water. That's what you do if you have a nosebleed. Another type of remedy for a an alternative remedy for a nosebleed, alright. V'ilo, if not, laisi ikar de aspasta, one should bring the root of a stalk of aspasta. Ve'ashla defuria atika, the rope of an old bed. Wow. Ve'kursta umorike, rag, paper, saffron. Ve'sumka de luliva, and the red part of a palm branch. Ve'niklinu bade adade, and burn them together until they turn to ash. Then you should bring a ball of wool, v'nigdol tarte psilosa, and twist the fiber to form 2 strands. V'litmish b'chala, immerse the strands in vinegar. V'nigadbel b'kitma hadein, and roll them in these ashes so that the ash adheres to them. V'nesib b'nchire, and insert 1 strand into each of his nostrils. Okay, there you go. Yet another remedy for nosebleed. Is anybody writing this stuff down? I mean, all right. Ve'ilo, if not, I guess you can just check out this daf samach tes of Masechta Gittin next time you have a nosebleed. Ve'ilo, and if you have another, if you need a different option, lechze amas hamayim de ozlas mimizrach klapimar. One should find a canal that flows from east toward west. V'nifsa, step over it. I don't understand. You have a nosebleed and you're doing all these things, I guess. V'nekum chad kar la'gisa, and stand with 1 foot. Oh my gosh, imagine some dude who's doing this. Hey, what are you doing? I have a nosebleed. V'nekum chad kar la'gisa, and stand with 1 foot on this side of the stream. V'chad kar la'gisa, and 1 foot on that side of it. V'nishkol tina bidei diamina mituse kar dismoli. Then he should take mud with his right hand from beneath his left foot. He's like playing Twister over this little stream because he has a nosebleed. And with his left hand from beneath his right foot. Vinigdol tarte psilosa de amra, twist 2 strands of wool. Vinitmish betina, immerse them in the mud. Vinesiv benchir, and insert 1 of them in each of his nostrils. I assume just by the time he's done doing all this, the nosebleed has just went away. That's why it works. A final remedy, ve'ilo, and if not, leisiv tuse marziva, one should sit beneath the water spout, v'naisu maya, and others should bring water, v'lishdu ale, pour it on him through the spout, v'leimu, and say the following, kiechi defaske ani maya, just as these waters stop, livsok to made the flanyo bar planisa, so too should the blood of so-and-so, son of the woman, so-and-so, stop. Oh my gosh, I think, what did my grandfather do? He used to I don't know what he did. You would take something, put it under your nose or something. Alright, fine. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of effort to stop a nosebleed. An ailment of the oral cavity. Okay. Okay, here we go. Alright, okay. Nidmada osmi puma, for bleeding from the mouth. Badkina le bigilo de chitza. Maybe this is like the next time you bite your lip or something. Next time you bite your lip, do this. For bleeding from the mouth, badkino le begilo de chitza, the patient is to be tested with a straw of wheat. Isarich, if the blood sticks to the straw, meirea kaasi ve'isle takanta, it is coming from the lungs, and thus there is a remedy for it. Ve'ilo, but if the blood does not stick to the straw, mechabda kaase, it is coming from the liver. There's no remedy for it. The Gemara digresses and focuses on the premise that blood from the liver is more serious than blood from the lungs. Amr of Ami, the Rav Asi, Rav Am sister of Ashi. Ve'anon ipchotnan. But we learned the opposite in a Mishnah for a where did I go? For a Mishnah includes the following defects in the list of the injuries that render an animal a treifa. Okay. If the liver was removed and nothing remains of it. Wait, what? Okay. If the lung was punctured or it was deficient, thus injury to the lung is more serious than injury to the liver. Okay. So we see that. Okay, apparently the injury to the lung is more serious. All right. Rav Ashi replied, Amrlei, he said to Rav Ami, caving to me, Pume Kasi, since the blood is coming from the mouth, Emar itamuche itamach, it is presumable that the liver has totally dissolved and nothing is left of it. Okie dokie. The Gemara returns to its, what the heck does that actually mean? Alright. The liver. Oh yeah, okay. So if the blood comes from the liver to the mouth, then it's a problem. All right. The Gemara returns to its discussion of the remedy for blood coming from the mouth. Amar Mar, the master said, if the blood is coming from the lungs, there's a remedy for it. Mai takante, what is its remedy? Leise shiva kune mi pirma de silke. The silka brings 7 fistfuls of sliced beets. All right. B'shiva kune pirma de charte, 7 fistfuls of sliced leek. B'chamisha kune prida, and 5 fistfuls of prida. Uslasa kune de talfache, 3 fistfuls of lentils. V'chune de chamona, a fistful of cumin. Is it cumin or cumin? V'chuna de chavla, a fistful of chavli. Uchnegden kanta ptirta, and a matching amount of intestinal fat of a firstborn animal. V'libashel v'lechol, cook the mixture and eat it. V'lishte abaso shichur charifa, de teves, and afterwards drink strong spirits that fermented in the month of Teves. Oh my gosh, I feel like I need like a 7th-inning stretch over here. How's everybody doing? Oh, gosh, right? Everybody taking notes? Sharna, what do you say? What would happen if somebody came to visit you and you suggested one of these? How would that go? You gonna try it? Another ailment of the mouth. Okay, fine. Lechacha, for an ache of the molars. All right. Oh my gosh, Babylon. 1 second. All right. Molar aches. All right, here we go. Amar Rabbi Barfuna said, Laise tuma yichida, bring a head of garlic that has only a single clove. V'nimrise b'mishcha umilcha, grind it together with oil and salt. V'nesve atufrai de ilyona, and put it on the thumbnail. Daugisa de chayivle, of the hand that is on the side that aches. Unhadele gidanfa delisha, and surround it with a ring of dough. V'nizdar levisre, however, one should beware that the garlic does not touch his flesh, de kashi lechivara, because it can cause leprosy. Okay, another ailment of the oral cavity. All right, lechinche, for suppurative Oh, this sounds very, very medical. You ready? For suppurative tonsillitis. Okay, that sounds like more official than like an ailment of the mouth. Oh, okay, a suppurative tonsillitis. A 4-step remedy is required. The first step, Rabbi Yochanan says, Rabbi Yochanan, chumse kimamru, dude, what? Pyrethrum leaves are as effective as bald money? The heck is bald money? Is that like a George Washington, what's he on, the dollar bill? V'ikar dechumse odif mimamru, and the root of the pyrethrum plant is even better than bald money. V'ninkot befume, one should keep them in his mouth for some time. Hani le'okume, these are used to stop the swelling. Okay. The second step, the vashule, to form abscesses. What's an abscess? Laisi pare d'reish nafya, one should bring bran from the top of the sieve. Utlafche be afrayu, lentils in their soil. V'shuvlilta, fenugreek. Okay. V'chumarte d'chshusa, and a hop blossom. V'ninkot ka'amguza befume, and keep a nut-sized amount of the mixture in his mouth. The next step, l'iftuche, to swell the abscesses so that they will burst. So that they will burst open and drain. Yuck. What's an abscess? Linpach le chavre tachle chivar begila dechitza. Another person should blow white cress seeds into the patient's throat through a wheat straw. What in the world? The final step, la asuke, to raise fresh skin over the abscesses after the abscesses have opened. Dude, what are we talking about? I have no clue what we're talking about. This is what? This is for some kind of oral cavity ailment? Laisi after mitula de beis akise. Oh, great. One should bring dust from the shade of a toilet. Okay. V'nigbal beduvsha v'nechol, mix it with honey and eat it. Come on. Dimalele, because it is effective for this purpose. That's gross. Another ailment. Yuck. All right. Another ailment associated with the cavities of the head. Livarsam for katar. What's katar? I don't know. Is that a silent H? An inflammation of the mucous membrane of okay, dude. Laise ki pistica de nishadur, bring a cedar cone's volume of ammoniac. V'chi amaguza de chelbenisa duvshanisa, a nut-sized amount of sweet galbanum. That I feel like galbanum is a thing. Is galbanum a thing? I don't know. I guess. Umli tarvada duvsha chivara, a spoonful of white honey. What's that? What's white honey? Umle natla bas mechoza chamer nikida, and a mechozite natla full of clear wine. Vinishlokinu b'adei adadi, and boil them together. Oh man, Babylon. V'chi bashal nishadur bashal leikula, when the ammoniac is the ammoniac. Oh, maybe it's called ammoniac. Is cooked. One can be sure that the entire mixture is cooked. One should then drink this potion. Another remedy for this ailment. Ve'ilo, if not, laisi revi also de chalava de izo chivarte, bring a revius of the milk of a white goat. Okay. V'nitaife atlas kilche krava, let it drip over 3 cabbage stalks into a vessel. Alright. V'nivchashe begavza de marmehin, then stir it with a twig of marmehin tree and cook it together with the twig. V'chibajul gavza b'marmehin bashil le kule. When the marmehin twig has been cooked, one can be sure that the entire mixture is cooked. One should then drink this potion. Another remedy for this ailment. V'ilo, if not, laisi nafke dechal b'chivar, bring excrement of a white dog. Vinigbo betanfa, knead it with ball. Yuck! Come on! Yuck! Knead it with balsam and eat it. That's gross. Bechama de efshar, however, if at all possible, nafgalo nechul, one should. I hear that. However, if at all possible, one should not eat excrement to be fired because it unsettles the limbs. Alright, I'll take that advice. Okay, fine. Oh gosh, dude. Yeah. The Gemara moves on to a list of heart conditions. Alright, here we go. Legira for gira. The heck is that? I don't know. Laisi gira delilta, bring an arrow of Lilith. Vinifre was Lilith. Is that like, this is a wedge-shaped meteoric stone that sometimes falls during the hailstorms? Interesting. Alright. So now, alright, fine. Vinifre, turn it upside down. Vinishde maya ilove vinishde, pour water over it and drink the water. That seems a lot more straightforward than like eating excrement. Another remedy for this ailment. V'ilo, if not, laisi mimaya de ishti minayu kalba belelia, bring some water from which a dog drank at night, alright, and drink it. Yuck, come on. V'nizdari migiluya, but one should beware of water that has been left uncovered in an area where snakes may be found, right? That's my megulin. An antidote for one who ignored this warning, ligiluya, for drinking water that was left uncovered, anpoko de chamrchaya, drink an anpok of undiluted wine. The Gemara digresses to discuss another affliction that calls for a similar remedy, lemursa, for an abscess. What the heck is an abscess? Anpaka de chamer ba'ahala tolano, an anpak of wine mixed with red aloe. Alright. The Gemara now continues its listing of heart conditions. Lefircha deliba, for a faint heart, i.e. fainting spells. Laisi tlas birushiasa desire, bring 3 loaves of barley bread. Vinishtirinu bichamka delo. Come on, Babylon. I'm gonna make everybody yawn around here. Everybody at Babylon Talmud just yawned. Vinitrinu bichamka delo avri love arben yomin. Soak what again? 3 loaves of barley bread. Soak them in chamka that is less than 40 days old. The heck is that? Vinechol, eat them. Vinishte abasrayu chamra marka, and afterward drink watered down wine. An objection was raised to this remedy. Ooh, okay. Ooh, what's the objection? If one does this, he will certainly faint away. Okay. Ravina replied, Omerle, he said to Rav Acha of Difti, Ana the Yukru Delibo Amri, I said that this is the remedy for heaviness of the heart, not for a faint heart. The Fircha Delibo, okay, fine. For a faint heart, however, the following remedy is effective. Leise Tzlaz Brushiosa Dechite, bring 3 loaves of wheat bread, finish Trinu Beduvsha, soak them in honey. This talker sounds nice. Venechel and eat them, Vinishte Abasrai Cham Rechai, and afterward drink full strength wine. I wonder what that full strength wine was like. Okay. Another heart ailment, the Tzircha Deliba, for heart pain. Leise Tzlaz Be'e Ninraya, Ninya, bring 3 egg volumes of mint. Well, that sounds nice. Uviasa de chamone, an egg volume of cumin. Uviasa de sumsime, and an egg volume of sesame. V'leichel and eat them. That taka sounds like it could be kind of good. Again, 3 eggs of 3 baits of mint, 1 bea of cumin, and a bea of sesame. That taka sounds very, very nice, Lemaise. I mean, sesame is be'etzem trina, right? If you grind it up, it's trina. So trina with some cumin and mint. Lemaise, that sounds very nice. And that fixes your heart pain. All right. Okie dokie. Trina. All right. Mint and cumin in your trina. I bet if you go to Mamlechet Achalva and you buy the trina, they might have this. This is the they'll probably tell you it's good for heart pain. Okay, well, they wouldn't be wrong. Next, the Gemara discusses intestinal conditions. Okay, l'cheiv me'e, for intestinal pain. Laisi tlas me'ab pilpulei arichsa, bring 300 kernels of long peppers. V'chol yomei nishte mea minayim b'chamer, and every day for 3 days drink 100 of them in wine. Yikes! Wait, what? Wait, what are the kernels? Are those the seeds? Are they basically saying to take like hot peppers, take the seeds, and then just drink 100 of them? That actually sounds actually not bad either, though. Drink 100 of them in wine. Wine with hot pepper. That must be a thing. It actually sounds kind of good. Get like a cheap bottle of wine and like somehow like spice it up. That actually sounds like it could be pretty good. The Gemara cites a related incident. Ravin de Narish avad lo livrate de Rav Ashi. Ravin of Narish prepared for Rav Ashi's daughter who had been suffering from intestinal pain. Mea v'chamshin me'ani didon, 150 of our peppercorns, i.e. those common in Babylonia, ve'atzia, and she was cured by them. All right, very interesting. Another intestinal malady, lechirtza, for an intestinal worm. Yuck. Anpaka de chamer ba'atrifa de aroa, an anpak of wine with a laurel leaf. Okay. A similar affliction, lechirtza chivra, for a white intestinal worm, laisi bizra galgila, bring a seed of the rocket plant. V'nitzare b'shistog, wrap it in cotton cloth. V'nitare b'maya, soak it in water. V'nishte, and drink the water. V'nizdayer mibinsa, but one should beware of swallowing the kernel. D'lo minakva l'mayone, because if one is not careful, the kernel may puncture his intestines. That doesn't sound very good. Okay. Other conditions of the digestive tract. Lemeser, to regulate the bowels. Sisin retiva b'maya, fresh pennyroyal soaked in water. Lemishra, to open the bowels. Yeveshta b'maya, dried pennyroyal soaked in water. V'simanach, a sign that facilitates memorizing which type of pennyroyal is to be used for this condition. For which condition? Itza retiva desocher nara, fresh itza that dams a river. So I guess the fresh one plugs you up and to regulate the bowels, to bind, to stop diarrhea. All right. What's pennyroyal? Do they use pennyroyal in like laxatives? Maybe. Another abdominal ailment, Alright. The tachla for a bloated spleen. What is a spleen? It's like a thing, right? I guess it's a thing. They say that right, if you get a mixed grill in Eretz Yisrael, like a Ma'or Yerushalmi, so they, I think they have spleens in there. They have everything. Yeah, they say if you're not so adventurous, stay away from it. Alright. But Lamaisa, this place called Chatzot over here on Agrippa Street, they have I think a good reputation for the mixed grill. But I don't eat meat anymore, so I don't get mixed grill. I'm on a very strict diet. I'm still on my diet. Apple, soup, salad, nuts. That's literally what I ate today. I had an apple earlier today, and then I had a salad for lunch, and I had soup for dinner, and I bought some more nuts today. I'm sticking to my diet. Yeah. All right. Okie dokie. All right, where are we again? Where were we? We're talking about spleens and stuff. No, where are we? If not, where are we talking? Water leeches? What? Oh, so for a bloated spleen. Right. For a bloated spleen, Laisi Shev Bine Demaya, bring 7 water leeches. When Yabshinu Betula, dry them out in the shade. Every day for 3 days, drink 2 or 3 of them in wine. What? Water leeches? That sounds gross. Another remedy for this ailment, ve'ilo, and if not, laisi tachla detziparta delo iftach, bring the spleen of a she-goat that has no offspring, v'nitachi b'sanura, press it on the inside of an oven? Okay. V'noke lahade v'nema, stand near the oven and say, Kiechi di yavesh haid tachla, just as this spleen dries up, niyabesh tachlai defloni bar plonisa, so too should the spleen of so-and-so, of the son of the woman of so-and-so dry up. Below, if one has no oven, nitachi bene urve deve sachadta, you should press the spleen of the barren she-goat into a crack between the bricks of a new house, and say this, the preceding formula. Another remedy, v'ilo, if not, livke shichva deshachiv b'shabbata. The patient should apprise himself of someone who died on the Sabbath. V'lishkale liyade v'nosva atachle. Take the hand of the corpse, place it on his own spleen, v'nema, and say, Kiechi diyavish hayada, just as this hand dries up, niyabish tachlai defloni bar plonisa, so too should the spleen of so-and-so, son of the woman so-and-so, dry up. Another remedy. If not, naise binisa, the patient should bring a fish. Okay. V'nitvie beinafcha, roast it in a blacksmith's coals. All right. V'nechle b'mayed beinafcha, and eat it dipped into a blacksmith's water. The heck does that mean? V'nishte b'mayed beinafcha, and afterward drink from the blacksmith's water. That sounds a little gross. The Gemara interjects with an incident that demonstrates the effectiveness of this remedy. Okay. There was a certain she-goat that used to drink a blacksmith's water, and when the goat was slaughtered, no spleen was found inside it. Okay, is that, I guess, a good thing? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. The Gemara now returns to its list of remedies for a bloated spleen. Below, if not, liftach chavisa techama lishmei, let the patient open a barrel of fine wine for his personal use. Okay, wait, what? What? If not, let the patient open a barrel of fine wine for the personal. That sounds nice. An objection is raised. Rav the son of Rava says to Rav Ashi, one who has his own barrel, i.e. a plentiful supply of wine, does not need to come before the master to seek a remedy for a bloated spleen, since he will never suffer from this ailment. Ella, rather, one who cannot afford fine wines, should accustom himself to eating morning bread, because it is beneficial for the entire body. Pas shachris, eating bread in the morning is beneficial for the entire body. Okay, fine. The Gemara proceeds to discuss ailments of the lower abdomen. The rushchosa, for hemorrhoids. Okay. Alright, fine. Laisi akika v'ilva, bring acacia, aloe, the ispircha u martake, quicksilver. What the heck is quicksilver? Litharge? What's that? A phylum locket? What the heck is that? And dove, yuck. Dove excrement. Wrap them in rags of flax cloth during the summer, and in rags of cotton during the winter, and place them in the affected region. Another remedy for this ailment, Milo, if not, lishte shichra marka, let the patient drink watered down beer. Yeah, okay, that sounds a lot easier. Alright. Another ailment of the pelvic region. The shigrona, laisi pasio demonini, bring a pot of brine of small fish, vinigandre shisin zimne aho matrase, and roll it 60 times on this hip, vishisin zimne aho matrase, and 60 times on that hip. Okay. Another malady of the lower body, the smirta, for kidney stones. I think that's what it is. For a stone in the urinary tract. That sounds horrible. Naisi tlas nitufyasa mishra dichufra, bring 3 drops of tar oil. Utlas nitufyasa itzre decharte, 3 drops of leek extract. Utlas nitufyasa dechamre nikida, and 3 drops of clear wine. Vilijde le leish ba'ama, for a man, insert it in his male member. Uliisha ba'osumakum, and for a woman in that place. Other remedies for this ailment. V'ilo, if not, laise una dezika, bring the ear of a flask. V'lisle le leish ba'ama, for a man, hang it from his male member. V'laisha badadin, for a woman, from her breasts. V'ilo, if not, laise chuta de zeorisa, the shadse duma bas duma, bring a red thread that was spun by a woman of ill repute, who is the daughter of a woman of ill repute. V'lisle leish ba'ama, for a man, hang it from his male member. V'laisha badadin, for a woman, from her breasts. V'ilo, if not, laisi kino dezachu nikeva, bring a louse from the bodies of a man and a woman. V'lisle leish ba'ama, for a man, hang them from his male member. L'isha b'osumakum, for a woman at that place. V'chimashtin, and when the patient urinates, nashtin asisna yeveshta b'tzinor dedasha, let him urinate on dry thorns in a doorway. Una'ayin b'chumrsa denafka minei, and let him be alert for the stone that comes out of his body. D'ma'alya lechulu tzimra, because the stone is good antidote for all types of fever. Okay, let's see, should we stop here? Alright, yeah, I guess so. Should we stop here? Oh. Maybe let's go a little further. Why not? What time is it? Let's go a little bit further, why not? The Gemara now discusses several types of fever. The Tzimra Bara, for an external fever, Laise Tlasa Grive Souffle, bring 3 saw measures of date pits. Uslasa grive atraf adara, and 3 saw measures of cedar leaves. Vinishlukinu kochad lechude, boil each one separately. Velesiv benayu, and sit between them. Velosvinu betarte meshichle, then put these items in 2 basins. I remember what we're talking about anymore. V'naisi psora, bring a small table and place it over one of the basins. V'nanach ilave, and rest for a while on top of the table. Alright. V'nekim ilave high, velosiv ilave high, then get up from above this basin, move the table, and sit down above the other basin. What the heck is this talking about? Umeilave high, velosiv ilave high, and after a while, get up from above that basin, move the table back, and sit above the first basin, and so forth. Adenesag behavla, until the vapor from within the basins enters the body. Vilasche minayu, then wash with those waters and drink from them. Mechishasi, but when one drinks, mimaya de adar lishte, let him drink only from the water of the cedar leaves. Mimaya de sufle lo lishte, one should not drink from the water of the date pits, mishum de me'akre, because they can cause sterility. Another type of fever, the tzimra gavono, for internal fever, laise shiva bune tesilka mishev mashari, bring 7 fistfuls of beets from the 7 different beet beds. Vinishlokinu ba'afrayu, boil them with their earth. V'nechol, eat them. Vinishte atraf adar b'shichra, and then drink a mixture of eder leaves and beer. Oh, or inve taila b'mayim, grapes of a vine drawn over a palm tree with water. The Gemara now addresses a certain skin malady, the chazazisa, for a moist skin eruption. Laise shev chite ar zanyosa, bring 7 plump wheat kernels, v'niklinu amora chadta, and roast them on a new metal shovel. What? V'nofik mishcha minayu v'neishuv, oil will ooze from the kernels, and one should smear it on the affected area. And finally, a related incident is cited of Shimon bar Ashi, Avad le'lahu ovid kochavim. Shimon bar Ashi administered this remedy to a certain idolater, l'davar acher, as a cure for something else, i.e. leprosy. Vitasi, and the idolater was healed. Friends, I think we're going to hold it here. All right, so what do you say, friends? What's your feedback? What do you say? That page was kind of out there, huh? Okay, well, that was Daf Samach Tef, Masechet Gittin. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.